Good morning, everyone. Another week, another story unfolds, captured in stills and glimpses behind the camera. We are delighted to introduce Mr. Prasad Pankar, a passionate photographer, artist, and editor. Before we begin, allow me to introduce some house rules. Please keep your phone on silent or airplane mode during the talk, after which we will have a brief Q&A session with the photographer, and I hope that you'll all participate enthusiastically. Alright, straight to business. Mr. Pankar is no stranger to making up the rules. He quit his banking job in 2003 to pursue his childhood dream of photography. Fast forward to now, where he has achieved not one, but three of his goals. He has worked extensively in the field of fashion photography and has shot many Bollywood celebrities. He also founded the CMYK Academy of Photography and co-founded Fashion Triad International, a fashion event company which brings together his interests beyond photography. Along with many national projects, Prasad has worked on many international ones too. He has held 17 successful exhibitions to date, last being in Lisbon, Portugal. Besides writing and music, he loves to read, listen to rock music, motivate others, and just about turning everything to gold with his die-hard positive attitude. During the second lockdown, he taught himself to play the harmonica, and recently he recorded his first ever song, a Konkani classic, Molbailo Do, a harmonica and saxophone cover. At MOG, we are home to creators and makers, dreamers and thinkers, daredevils and inventors. In that spirit, let's take a look at the journey and lessons shared by a creative professional in love with what he does. Please welcome Mr. Pankar with a warm welcome.
Good morning, everyone. All right. How many of you are photographers over here? Okay, well, it doesn't matter if you're shooting professionally or for yourself. Okay, that's nice. Okay, good to know. Okay, yeah. First of all, let me thank MOG and thank you, Dr. Bab. I always call him Dr. Bab, and thank you, everybody over here, to give me this opportunity to talk to you all. I remember Dr. Subhatkar been telling me to come here every Sunday, and Sunday being the busiest day for me, I've never been able to make it to the talks, and he keeps posting it to me. But here I am on the other side of the event to give you all and talk to you all about my journey and take you down to the memory lane, plus what it takes to be a photographer. And if you are interested in fashion photography, yes, this is the event that you can take it as a launchpad and think of it seriously and get into it. Now, what is fashion photography then? Fashion photography is all about style, detail, people, the look that you create, class, locations, clothes, models. Okay, it's all about light, brands, label. It's all about advertising too. Okay, designers, hair, makeup, everything is fashion. Is not only again about clothes. Okay, a fashion photograph, though a fashion photographer walks away with all the laurels, there are many heads behind the fashion photograph. Each and every single picture, it's a teamwork. Okay, yes, we fashion photographer gets the credit at the end of the day, but which is actually, I would say yes, maybe you can say it's 50% or more, but there are many people who work for one single visual. I'm going to talk about that as well. Okay, it's about creating mood, it's about drama, and finally, it's your, some would say, personality. It's a reflection of your personality. I grew up in an era where camera was not available easily, and I used to cry camera. And being the only son after 4 daughters, I just had to ask for something and I would get it, except a camera. Okay, yeah. So that romance with photography remained as a dormant dream in me. Okay, and I grew up, did commerce. That photography was started gathering dust inside me. Grew up, then I was Katti Patang, didn't know what to do with life. Did commerce, got a job. Okay, got a job in the bank because whatever the job was there, and I wasted 11 years of my life working in the bank. Okay, and before getting into bank, I was into computers, and I was loving that line. I was a programmer, and I was really enjoying that line. But somehow, for some situation or whatever, I had to take up the banking job. The day I joined the bank, I had decided I'm going to quit this one day. The day I joined the bank. And I used to tell all my friends, I'm not going to die a banker. Okay, that was a promise I made to myself. But it took me 11 years to fulfill that promise. Because if not banking, then what? So that what was not defined. Okay, and being a male boy, young boy, responsibility, yeah. So all that thing was, so I had to take up the job. So it took me 11 years to find out that what. And once I found that what, how, why, everything came running to me. Okay. So one fine day I saw the ad, Stenotech Photography Panjim. It was fantastic that time. And I met my first guru, Mr. Vijay Naik. Okay. He is from Kurcharam. He used to come all the way from Kurcharam to Panjim to teach us photography every Sunday. Being a banker, that was the only day I could find time. And Mr. Alirio Saldana. So these two people trained me. Okay. And Vijay Naik was the one who used to teach photography. Out of 7 classes, let's say 7 classes, 6 classes were taken by him. Okay, so he really groomed us, trained us, and during these classes, the dormant volcano just burst out and is still going strong. Okay, and since then, I never looked back. I found I found my calling. Okay, see, there are people who find a calling at a very young age. Okay, maybe some people find him in the cradle also. Okay, but there are some people like me who find it very late in life. Okay, and some people don't find it at all. Okay, but you have to find your calling. It's a must. Once that what is well defined, no, everything will come running to you. And that's the time I decided, this one day I quit my job, this is what I'm going to do. And I started working for it. Okay, 2001 is the time I did my course. 2003 I said goodbye to counting other people's money. Okay, and since then I never looked back. Did it come easy? No, it didn't. Okay, it was not easy at all. One fine day you are secured, the next day, no asman, no dharti niche. I was again like a katti patang, but katti patang with a purpose. Okay, then first thing what I did was I started meeting people, and I first attacked all the publications in Goa, newspapers. I told them, here I'm available, give me work. Unfortunately today, things have become very easy, unfortunately. Okay, today's mirrorless camera also tells you how the picture is going to be before you shoot. Okay, I say it's not an advantage. The companies sell it as a USP whatever, but it's a bad thing. You have to visualize the picture in the mind first. Okay, and I'm happy that I've started with film rolls. Okay, there was no way we could know how the picture would be till we get the picture developed. Okay, so then came in digital cameras. Things become easier. Now it's become even more easier. Viewfinders telling you how the final picture will be. If you think it's a boon, I'm not going to dispute things over here. Okay, but you really need to study this art. Okay, you really need to study this art. So anyone can become a photographer, but for some it's an easy cakewalk. Okay, but for some it's a Herculean effort, and for some they never get it, because I've been training people in this field, so I can actually tell you that. Okay, so how can one become a fashion photographer? This is very interesting. Okay, definitely not by copying others. 100% no. Do not copy others. Be original. Okay, it may take you may shoot one picture a month, it doesn't matter. You may shoot one good picture in 2 months, it really doesn't matter. But do not copy somebody's concepts. Do not copy somebody's ideas. Okay? Now tell me, if you study music, what do you become? Come on. If you study medicine, if you study dentistry, and if you study singing, so if you study fashion photography, what will you become? If you study fashion photography, come on, what you will become? You will definitely become fashion photographer. But that will develop your technical part of it. So get trained into this field. Whether you learn it formally under somebody, joining classes, whether you learn through YouTube, doesn't matter. or you learn by yourself, self-taught. It really doesn't matter. Okay, but you study. When you do this, if you take the other way around, if you try to study on your own or through to YouTube, the journey will take longer, but eventually we'll get there. But if you don't have so much of time, then why not get trained formally, where all the queries will be answered on the spot. Okay. Now, finally, what it takes to become a fashion photographer. As I told you, really need to build the fashion sense, the fashion personality inside you. Okay. And most important thing, you must understand human nature, because you are working with designers, you are working with makeup artists, you are working with models. Okay. You have to understand human beings. You need to understand their nature, because every day you are working with different models. And you have to understand body language. Human art is all about body language. And this is what you can learn from paintings. And this is what I learned from paintings, even before getting into fashion photography. Okay? Understood? Okay? Now, let me talk about mindset of a fashion photographer. It's very important. Okay? This is the most important part. A mindset of a fashion photographer. First thing, you have to respect women. It's crucial. Okay? You have to respect women. You have to respect models. Okay? Be original. Be original to that. It doesn't matter if as I told you, if it takes time to create pictures, but do not copy. Okay? Do not get carried away by the likes and comments you get on social media for your work. Wow! Oh, super pictures. Do not get carried away. Okay? If you have 1,000 members on your social account, okay, out of those 10% will be photographers. 100. Out of that 10% will be trained photographers. And out of those 10, only 1 or 2 pictures will really comments if the pictures are good. So who comments are those 90%. Are you getting my point? Those people who comment, who do not know anything about pictures. Anything that glitters is gold for them. So if you really want to know where you stand, go to someone who knows their work very well. Okay. Do not do collab shoots. Very, very important. Okay. When you start off, yes, you want work, but you tend to work free. 1, 2, 3 shoots fine, but do not work free more than that. Now, what do you mean by collab shoot? Like, I see many Insta profile DM for collab shoots. Okay, photographers are doing that. Means what? I'm available to shoot free of cost. Please do not that. And if you do that, don't come and tell me fashion photography doesn't pay. Okay, collab shoots means what? The models will tell you, let's do a collab shoot. So she will not charge, you will not charge, nobody in the team will charge, everybody gets a picture. And you go home poor by that amount of, and you waste your time. Okay. Initially, as I said, it's fine. Okay. But do not do, and you know what? The celebrities are working for free work. Trust me, celebrities are working for free work. I get so many calls, especially coming from outside Goa. Okay, so and so actor, actress need a collab shoot. I say, I don't do collab shoot. No, please look at his followers. See how many followers they have. Okay, so it doesn't make any sense to me if you have millions of followers. Okay, if it makes sense if you pay for my services. Full stop. Okay, so if you have so many followers, if you are a celebrity, obviously you will have amount to pay for a photographer in Goa, isn't it? So basically, everybody are looking for free work. All of us, all of them. Please do not fall for this. Understood what I mean to say? So this has to be the mindset of a good photographer. Okay. And finally, I would say, be grateful to all the people who helped you along the way. It's gratitude, attitude of gratitude is what will get you work all throughout your career. I have seen so many artists fall down from grace. Okay, so many artists, once they become or once they achieve what they want, they totally forget about the people who helped them. Okay, Amitabh Bachchan has not become Amitabh Bachchan on his own. Okay, Tom Cruise is not become Tom Cruise on his own. Messi, Ronaldo, you take anybody, any big name, they are not become on their own. There have been so many people who have pushed them and been with them when they were down or where they were in need. You take any legend of any field, nobody has become great on their own. Take it from me, and it's a truth. Am I right? And those who have, it's very easy to become number one, okay? But it's almost impossible to remain there for a long time. And if you see any person who's been remain there for a long time, he will have the strongest attitude of gratitude. He will be always thanking everybody who have helped him along the way.